All right, going to try to keep this one really short, really sweet. Expenses and GST. So again, when you have an expense in your business, you're going to have to pay GST. Everyone's charging GST and you're paying GST out. Let's look at the question. Paid for cleaning services in cash, 95 bucks. So what accounts are going to go up and down here? Well, your bank account. Bank account's going to go down because you pay 95 bucks. Your expenses. Now remember, expense is a negative owner's equity. It's on the debit side. Our expenses are going to go up by $95. Now, what else is there? Well, how about a GST clearing account? Actually, I might have told you a lie there. Expenses. Probably not going up by $95, but that's another thing. Now, a GST clearing account, remember that's a liability. This is a liability going down because, again, you're paying GST to someone else and they're going to pay it to the ATO. So this is a credit for you. Or I shouldn't say it's a credit, but it's a GST credit, but different to the way we use the word credit. If you're confused, you need to talk. Okay, so the GST clearing account, it's a liability going down. Liability going down. Okay, let's draw up a ledger and get to business. So I've got this set up with a couple of things here. First of all, we need to figure out how much GST we paid. 95 divided by 11. Now it looks like we paid $8.63 recurring. We're going to have to round that to $8.64. Now that means that if we paid a GST amount of $8.64, 95 minus $8.64, then our actual expense is equal to whatever that minus that is, which ends up being $86.36. Okay, now we just need to put that in here. So it's the 1st of the 7th. There's 3 accounts. There's a bank account going down, so that's going to be a credit. There's an expense going up, so that's going to be a debit. And there's a GST clearing account, which is a liability, going down, so that's going to be a debit. So, expenses, let's call them cleaning expense. Now that is this figure, $6.36. There's also a GST clearing account. That's going to be this figure, $8.64. And also our bank account goes down, $95. And that's it, except for our journalizing entry, cleaning services. Doesn't need to be massive, just needs to be there. Okay. I really want you to stop and pause here and think. This happens over and over and over again, this kind of transaction, different accounts, but always with this GST clearing account added in. You often get 2 accounts, and in this case it's an expense account and the GST clearing account, adding up to be either a bank account. This question could also be slightly altered if they'd paid it in, credit. If it was credit, all of this would be the same, except our bank would now be accounts payable. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm not going to teach 2 lessons teaching exactly the same thing. If you did it in cash, it would be bank. If you did it in credit, it would be accounts payable to whoever it is that you owed money to. Okay, that's expenses and the GST. But this kind of thing is going to continue on and on and on and on. 1, 2, 3 transactions, really nice and neat. All right, thanks guys, expenses and GST.